Let me spit you some facts. Cleveland Browns 2021. Before Baker Mayfield, will we be talking about the Cleveland fucking Browns? No. It'd be 3-14, 3-13, whatever, every fucking year. Hell, they were 3-13, 1-15, and 0-16 before he arrived. And what did he do his rookie year? He went 7-7 when he got in the starting lineup. And if he was starting his rookie year, he would have won. We would have been in the fucking playoffs because we would have beat the fucking Steelers opening game. We would have beat the fucking Saints second week. We got robbed against Tampa Bay, and we got robbed against the fucking Ravens last game. We would have been a fucking playoff team. Then John Dorsey, like a dumbass he is, wanted the puppet. Someone he could say, hey, play this guy, play that guy, whatever. And he hired Freddie Kitchens, the worst inadequate head coach ever. Terrible. Terrible. And that was the, if you read up on that year, nothing. No one. Tom Brady would have never had a good year in that year. So Baker Mayfield gets thrown out of the rug. He's terrible after a great rookie year, which, by the way, he should have won Rookie of the Year. The guy set NFL touchdown records, took a team that was 0-16 to a fucking 7-8-1 record, but he gets beat out by a running back, a dead position, because they don't like him. So Mayfield bounces back last year. Took him about 5 or 6 games to figure out that offense, which, by the way, was his 4th new offense in the fucking first 3 years of his career. Name another NFL quarterback that's had to endure that. So he figures it out, and then he fucking lights it up the rest of the year. Goes to the playoffs. He beats the shit out of Pittsburgh. Plays against KC, throwing darts all over the field like a beast. We lose that game because Kevin Stefanski doesn't know how to call plays. Call spade like it is. Giving Kareem Hunt 6 touches when he was running like a bat out of hell that game. Only 6 fucking touches. Are you kidding me? All these Browns fans love Stefanski. And look, I love him. I think he's a great coach. However, his offensive play calling last year, there was about 5 or 6 games I can sit there and say, man, we really fucked up that game. Specifically the New York Jets game. There was a whole bunch of games. But that Chiefs game, we had that game won. Mayfield was throwing the ball great, and he gets real conservative his last offensive series. Now, conversely, no one talked about the Cleveland Browns, right? Now we got Mayfield. We're a perennial playoff team. Conversely, Lamar Jackson, before he got to Baltimore, what happened? They were making the playoffs. They were going to New England, beating them. Lee Evans was catching the ball. They were going to Super Bowls. They were winning playoff games. He goes there, they can't win a fucking playoff game. He's 1-3 in the playoffs. And he looks like dog shit every fucking playoff game. The Buffalo Bills now. Before Josh Allen, they're 7-8. They're 7-9, 9-7, 8-8. They're a decent team. Nothing great, but decent. But Josh Allen's a great quarterback. And if Josh Allen wants to start running the ball a little more, if Josh Allen started playing like Lamar Jackson, think of what he would be. You think Lamar Jackson's dangerous? Think of a quarterback like Lamar Jackson that can actually throw the football. Josh Allen would be the most dangerous quarterback ever if he decides to start running the ball. And Josh Allen can't run the ball, trust me. No linebacker wants to size him up. 260-pound guy like that, no linebacker wants to take him head on. If he decides to run the ball, the question is he durable? If he's durable enough to run the ball like Lamar Jackson, one thing for Lamar Jackson, he is durable. I'll give him that. He's a durable motherfucker. One thing about Josh Allen, if he decides to run the ball, which I know he can, he'll be deadly. He might be the best quarterback in the NFL. Given that being said, I still take Mayfield over him. And I wanted Josh Allen when this draft happened. I wanted him. I liked his arm. But I didn't even want Mayfield. But after watching Mayfield last year in an offense grow and master it, I know what we have. Plus, I seen him in his rookie year when he was a gunslinger. I know what he can do. I mean, Antonio Callaway, Brashard Perriman, Jarvis Landry. People say he needs great players. Those great players, outside of Landry, Brashard Perriman, Antonio Callaway, Brashard Perriman owes him his career. He reinvigorated him. And Callaway was garbage. Mayfield made him. So we have the right quarterback. The question is, Baltimore spinning tires. And I thank God Eric DeCosta is a dumbass because you know what? If he recognizes what I already know and everybody else, all these NFL GMs realize, they won't spin tires no more. They get themselves on not even a great quarterback, just an average quarterback. And guess what? They'd be the favorites to win the Super Bowl because they got talent. They got a defense. They got an offensive line. They can run the ball. If they had a quarterback, I'm glad they got a GM that believes in Lamar Jackson. If they had a quarterback, I'd be scared of the Ravens. As it sits now, I'm not one bit. We're not one bit. because Lamar Jackson can't throw to the outside. There's a reason you're not allowed to film Lamar Jackson. Ravens media aren't allowed to film him throwing the football because he's never thrown to the outside before. Now he has to learn to throw to the outside, and I guarantee he's struggling. I guarantee. Rashard Bateman and Sammy Watkins, they're going to be so pissed off 6 games into the season, but like, what the fuck are we doing here? This guy can't throw the ball to us. Got to be a tight end to play in Baltimore. So, thank God the Ravens are dumb. Because if they had a quarterback, they'd be dangerous. They really would be. And the true mark of a quarterback is how you play in the playoffs. And I think Baker Mayfield handled himself admirably. In fact, more than admirably. Generally. Commanderly. He played like a beast. He was throwing darts against KC. It's a shame Stefanski wasted that effort. He was literally throwing darts that game. He was playing great. He had that one interception, no doubt, that Jarvis Landry gave up on. Jarvis Landry, you got to run to the ball. You can't sit there like this. So I don't even count that. And everyone says the Browns defense, you held the Chiefs to 22 points. Your offense got to score points. I can't help but the coach know how to call plays. Kevin Stefanski's problem is Browns fans, and I like him, but he tries to be too smart for his own good. Against the Jets, he threw the ball, 65 times and ran it 13 times with 2 of the top running backs in the National Football League. Receivers Mayfield never threw a ball to in his career because they all had COVID, and you're throwing the ball. He wants to be a genius. Well, I think we're going to throw the ball to fool him. You didn't fool nobody. And he kept on trying to force it downfield like that when they were playing it, and guess what? You got owned. If we had Stefanski healthy against the Steelers in the playoffs, guess what? We lose that game. I already know it. So I'll give him a break as first-year head coach, calling plays, but I hope to God that he doesn't call plays this year. Look, Kevin, we know you can call plays, but there's too much on your plate to call plays. I know everybody else does it. Some play coaches don't do it. Let somebody else. Let Alex Van Pelt. Him and Mayfield have got a good rapport. Let him do it. I'd rather have Freddie Kitchens calling plays, I swear to God. Stefanski, I don't like his play calling at all. It gets too conservative. But yeah, Baker Mayfield, before we had Baker Mayfield, the Browns were a laughingstock. They had nothing. Now everyone's talking about the Browns again. And yeah, they got talent. That's what you do. You assemble talent. People want to go to Cleveland now. Because if you're an NFL player, it's not like baseball, basketball. You're not going to the city to live or whatever. You're going to play football, and Cleveland is a football town. No one cares about fucking basketball or baseball in Cleveland. That NBA title. I'll go one step further. Baker Mayfield in his first 3 years in the NFL did more for the city of Cleveland than LeBron ever did in his whole career. Trust me. Cleveland's a football town. It's just, I feel like I did in the 80s when I was pumped up for the Browns seasons. I'm not worried about when we were 3-13, 2-4, whatever. I don't think we were ever 2-14, but all them bad years, I don't even care about that no more. That's history. I expect to be 13-4. That's what I expect. 12-5, maybe, but 13-4 I'll take. I'll take 12-5. So, yeah, I'm pumped up. We got the right quarterback. Buffalo's got the right quarterback. I think the Ravens, they're spinning tires. I'm telling you, you watch. Next year, after this year, I'll guarantee you Lamar Jackson will be gone. He'll be gone. He until he learns to throw it. If he can throw a football 75%, you don't even have to be as good as Mayfield. If he can throw it 75% with his ability to run and get defenses to collapse, he could be great. But do I believe he can be 75% thrower? No, I don't. I don't think he has it. But if he can be great. Not as great as Josh Allen, but he can be great. There's no doubt. So if Lamar Jackson learns how to throw a football, it could get dangerous, but I don't see it happening. I don't. If you notice, even when his guys are wide open, he can't even hit them in stride. I'm talking guys against the Browns. I watched that Browns-Ravens game the other night, and there was guys wide open. He couldn't hit them in stride. And they were at a tight end in the middle. He's just not a quarterback. But I'll give him this. He's durable, and he can play. He's a good player, but he's not what you ask every GM in football, even the Ravens right now in a secret poll, who would you take, Lamar Jackson or Baker Mayfield? I'm willing to bet you every one of them says Baker Mayfield. I'd bet my life that it's over 90%. Bet my life on it. The people like Mike Tannenbaum that just hate Mayfield, they'd say for Lamar Jackson. But if Lamar Jackson could throw 75%, that question would be a little bit more close. Because if he can throw 75% of what Mayfield is as a quarterback, then you might want to lean towards him because he is. One thing about Lamar Jackson, he's not going to get hurt like these other quarterbacks. He is durable. I'll give him that. So I'm not worried about him getting hurt. I'm just worried about, can he throw the ball downfield, to the outside, to the receivers? I mean, anyone can throw the ball to the tight end. The seam, all that. That's wide. That's easy. That's football. But can you throw it to the outside? If he can't do that, he can't play in this league. He can't sustain it. Once again, I schooled you Ravens fans and football fans on football. I know more than you. In fact, I know more than most GMs. And I think you're starting to realize that. So Mayfield, I know you're watching this video. I believe in you. In fact, I know you're going to dominate. I just know who you are. That second year, it woke you up. Baker came in the league like, he was a young, immature kid. He thought he was like high school, everything was going to be, he was going to be the focal point, this and that. And he did. He was immature. That second year woke his ass up. He realized, this ain't about me. It's about winning. These are grown men out here. He thought he was still in high school, not college, high school. And now he's grown up. He's matured. Matured. I don't know how to pronounce it. I say matured, but maturization process. Maturization process. No, maturization process. I'm matured. Once again, I'm schooling you fans on how to speak.